What's up, everybody? It's your boy DaLion here with BW Sports 1, and we are here with another episode of Combat Zone, powered by Carma Coin. Check out the cryptocurrency that gives away to charities and gives you a chance to win supercars. KarmaCoin.co today. Elite Performance 765-499-1005, where the dream of elite fitness becomes a reality. Call Zach today and get started on your journey. Revved Up Tattoos, 317-537-2667. Book your next ink therapy session with our boy Todd over at Revved Up Tattoos. You won't be disappointed. BaumBurgers, that's right. 7960 US 31 South in Indianapolis. Famous for steak burgers, but they are the bomb. BeeLit Organics, our girl Brittany Carreno has got all the natural products, phenomenal feeling, soaps, bath salts, candles, you name it, she's got it. BeeLit Organics.
Round one, fight.
Welcome back to Combat Zone, and DaLion today, this episode gets to bring on the hero, Quentin Henry. What's happening, my brother?
Oh, not much, man. Another day, another dollar. What's up, you?
There you go. Hey, I'm talking to you, brother. I'm having a good day now. I had my workout already. I'm checking out the fresh sides on your hairdo. I like it.
Yeah.
There you go. There
Free.
you go.
Hear freedom?
I do. I hear it. Let freedom ring, right?
That's right, bro. Yeah, I ain't got my workout in today. I'm about to head up to the gym. Got some personal training clients. Then I'm gonna hit my first one in for the day here soon. I have my boys. School ain't back in yet, so
okay.
I'm running crew.
I got you. Yeah, my daughter started school back last week, so we're on week 2 already.
Nice. I'm just waiting for them to shut it back down again. I don't know how long it's gonna last.
Halloween.
Probably. Crazy.
Can't have them trick-or-treating,
Right. I'm gonna start my own little private school.
There you go. I mean, I see a lot of homeschooling coming from a lot of people.
Why not? I got friends that are teachers. I've talked to a bunch of teachers about it too. I was like, look, I got a gym. I got Wi-Fi. We'll set up. They don't even need desks. I got mats. They're kids. They can do everything on the floor,
That's true.
and I'll have teachers in there, like real teachers that don't want to deal with the crap, can come teach at my place. Boom. No problem. Virtual learning already set up. I'm telling you, man, we make a killing.
I like it.
Killing. You want to invest?
I might. I might.
Just saying. One day we'll make it happen. Eventually that's what things are going to come to, because, the government tries to control everything, and that's not what this country's about. Our country's about doing what you have to, your pursuit of life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, and whatever it takes for you to make that, whether, as long as you're not endangering anybody else with what you're doing. And, it's going to be like-minded people that come together and start privatizing things that they don't like to deal with the government, because they're making things so tough. We don't have to go through and rage against the machine or anything crazy. You just start doing things on our own. And, that's what they don't want us to do. So, but it's coming to that.
Well, I mean, being small business owners like both of us are, how has it affected you, over this past year and stuff, and then everything that's coming back? How is that affecting your guys' place?
Oh,
not
bro.
The gym. I mean, not even talking about the gym, but the shop.
Yeah, I had 2 tea shops. I've only got one now. I closed one during the corona and all that stuff going on. Man, it's rough. It's been terrible for every business owner. They shut down everything but Walmart. And, so no one else you can't go anywhere. And then they scare so many people. It's like, as a business owner, I don't wear a mask, because this is where I work. I'm going to be here for 8, 12 hours. I can't help but contaminate this area. And there's plenty of science showing that the masks don't even work. So, if you feel like you need to wear a mask when you come into my place, then that's fine. That's on you. You know, but as a business owner, you can't be right, because when somebody comes in here and you're not wearing a mask, that person's either going to say, oh, well, I'm leaving because they don't wear a mask here. Or if I'm in here and I have a mask on, the other 75% or half the people are going to say, oh, I'm not listening to that shit. I'm
Mm-hmm.
not doing my business here. So you can't win one way or another, you know, and it's really just made people stop interacting and going out and doing stuff. And when you have a business that's more about convenience and, you know, people getting out, it really affects it, you know.
Yep. I wholeheartedly understand where you're coming from, brother. It sucks, and we're all gonna get through this, though. It's. I don't want to say it's almost over, because obviously the
All
path
right.
that everything's coming, it's coming
Just
right back around. But you
started.
know, we'll get through this. We'll get through it.
Now it's crunch time. Now nobody's believing the bullshit. And
Yep.
now they keep putting it down our throats. And so now when we come step two and we're like, yeah, well, y'all told us last year this is only going to last 2 weeks. And then here we are again, you know, 18 months later, and you're telling us the same stuff, but there's something different. Yeah, it's only a matter of time before people start wising up.
Well, hopefully it's sooner than later.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
So let's actually talk about some fighting real quick.
Nice.
You're coming off obviously a loss to a legend, Chris Lieben.
Right.
You got 2 fights before that, and we're talking bare knuckle. You got 2 fights before that. You won, both in the first round. Now you're kind of coming into somebody that's jumping down or moving down into weight class into your realm, right? And Jay Fish. So, what are you seeing as far as this matchup goes? And obviously, I put Chris Lieben in your fight on a pedestal kind of by itself, because that was his kind of going away, his retirement fight, and all that. So, and obviously he's a legend in his own. Now you coming off that loss, ready for redemption, ready to get that climb started back again. Somebody's moving down into your weight class. What are you thinking?
Uh, Man, I'm just ready to fight. You know, I think I thought he was who I was probably going to fight anyway. And, you know, they keep saying he's moving down into my weight class, but this is probably the weight class he's supposed to be in anyway. You know, I mean, he's 5'9", so really he could probably go
Right.
to 195 or 185 or whatever. So, you know, but I think he's just getting more down to more of a natural rate weight. Um, but I don't know. We'll see. It's interesting, depend on, you know, how the weight cut might affect him. And, you know, I don't really cut weight, so it's not like I'll be any different. So, you know, I don't see him as a huge threat as far as, you know, being some type of diverse boxer or somebody who's going to come and attack me from a bunch of different angles, or, you know, he's pretty much straightforward. He's a tough man guy. You know, that's what he's known for. He won some tough man competitions, and, um, you know, but besides that, he hasn't really had that many fights in his career. You know, I'm 31, but I'm a veteran. You know what I mean? I've had over 40 competitive fights in MMA, boxing, jiu-jitsu, yeah, you know, but kickboxing, but I've done all that
Right.
on a professional level, and for years, since I was 21 years old. I've been doing it for 10 years. And, you know, to think that there's a guy that won some tough man contests and went 4-4 in his MMA career is going to come in here and all of a sudden just be this, unstoppable force that you can't deal with, is just blowing my fucking mind. And, you know, if anything, it's getting under my skin to the point that I need to embarrass him so bad that those people just shut the fuck up from now on, is really where I'm at. And, so yeah, you know, it's almost disrespectful to me, is what I feel like. You know, all the work I've put in and the things that I've been doing my whole career. You know, not that he's not you know, I'm sure he's a good guy and all that, but you know, y'all are about to see there's levels of this shit, and not everybody can just jump up in here and throw hands and do it the right way. You know, so and that's really what I'm looking forward to. I was more just, you know, the last fight I was, you know, it didn't go how I wanted it to, but I didn't fight it how I was supposed to. You know, at that point, you know, I was kind of this mindset that I need to fight a certain way for the fans or for whatever. And you know, especially with that fight being the Lieben fight, I felt like that was almost the pressure to go in there and try and brawl and do that. You know, and especially once, you know, we got tied up and we had the eye shot and all that, it was kind of like, well, hell, let's go for it. You know, but I didn't show my boxing in that, and I didn't show how much better I am than him. And, you know, but this time I'm going to, and I'm done looking out for, you know, I'm entertaining when I'm fighting anyway. You know, I can knock anybody out at any second, and I can throw shots that you won't ever see coming, and I can dodge shots that didn't even know were there. So, you know, I just need to go back to that. And once I do that, it's called hero mode, and there's no stopping it.
Well, we can't wait to see hero mode again, man. And I like seeing the fire in you right here. Just talking to you, watching you talk and listening to your words and looking at your eyes and your face. It's telling me you are ready. You're ready for fucking war, and I can't wait to watch it. Now, kind of going back into your training mentality as far as with something, because you're what, 6'2"?
Yeah, 6'2", with shoes on.
Okay, 6'1 3/4.
Right. Yeah.
Uh, when you fight somebody, you know, like you said at 5'9", that's you have that reach ability, you have that, you know, that outside game. What do you look at in as far as you're training somebody at his height, his size?
I mean, it don't really change up much for me at all, because most people think that your range and from where you're striking from has to do with how much reach you have. There is a certain amount to it, you know, that plays
Right.
out, but I can fight at range with a guy who's 6'6". I do it all the time in sparring. There's just a right way and a wrong way to do it. You know, it's this guy's plan is to get inside on me. But what does that even mean? Let me tell you, you step inside this, you're getting into a fucking hornet's nest. It ain't going
Hmm.
to be, you know, oh, you hop up in here and now we're seeing what's inside. No, 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 no. You're gonna get dotted up, and while you're inside, you're gonna get stung left and right, and then you're gonna turn around and wonder where the fuck I went. And that's, you know, that's just the way it is. You know, I'm trying to. That's my training. That's how I train. Whether you're 6'7" or you're 5'5", I'll get in on you. I'll back out. I'll slip in and out. You know, there's levels to this. That's what I'm saying. There's different angles. There's more range than just what my reach is. You know,
Hmm.
reach completely changes depending on which way I step, or how much you're turning over on your punch,
Right.
how half-assed you're throwing it over to the outside. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, a lot of that all is just it's it's irrelevant when you start thinking about it on different terms. You know, so yeah, that's my plan. You know, is just to take the fight wherever it goes. I'm definitely not running. Um, I'll pick my shots. If we go inside, I'll stay in there too. You know, we'll be ready to go. I
I
ain't
like it.
showing up for no fucking wrestling match. I know that.
You're not doing WWE then, huh?
No, no,
All right.
I ain't looking to hug on the ropes for 5 rounds or none of that. I'm trying to throw down.
There you go. Make it a quicker night for you to get paid, right?
Right.
Obviously. All right. So recently, you know, it's made public that you kind of have moved management companies. You've moved gyms, I should say, and you kind of combined your two gyms that you were working at into one. How is that, as far as the gym going? How is that coming along for you guys down there?
Man, that's going really good. You know, when the corona happened, I had the two gyms pre-corona, and one of them took I mean, they both took a pretty hard hit because we were closed for 3 months straight. And
Mhm.
then, but the newer one that I had just opened really didn't bounce back. So I kind of just converted it into like a striking boxing thing for me. And, but yeah, man, it's making a big difference just because I'm not having to split my time anymore. You know, there were a lot of nights where I might have to be at the Calhoun, you know, my other gym teaching jiu-jitsu or whatever. But now, you know, I'm at the same place every night. As soon as jiu-jitsu is over, I'm right here ready to start training. You know, I used to, we get to jiu-jitsu at 5:30 and teach kids class, and then at 6:15 I would teach adults class until like 7, and then I would drive 20 minutes to my other place, and then I would train for, you know, and for like another hour. And you know, so it's just nice having all that in house now, and you know, getting to not have to worry about what's here and what's there, and you know, paying one rent.
Right. I understand that wholeheartedly. That one
Right.
rent's a lot better than two,
One rent, one utility bill, you know,
right? More
big
only
difference.
one type of taxes on it instead of
Right.
two,
Yeah. One business permit.
right? Yeah. Well, it's looking like it's coming together well for you. And, you know, when I finally make it down to your way, I'm going to have to stop in and see what you got going on down
Yeah,
there
man,
in
that's just
person.
everything 100% done. I'm trying to get my cage set up and stuff like that, hopefully this weekend. So by
Okay.
September, we're going to try and have like a little open house thing where it's kind of like everybody gets to come check out the new place.
Okay. Cool. All right. So was there any, going back to the management side of things? Now, obviously, to each his own on a manager or which management company they reach out to and they work with. But kind of what, if you can, if you will, kind of elaborate on what made that split and your decision kind of go away from GOAT.
Um, Man, I like Scott, I like Vince. I'm sure you've met them and know them and all that. It's just, when you get to a certain point, like I guess there's so many guys on our team, and not that they don't help everybody out and all that. It was just there comes a certain point, and it's really more of like where I'm at. I
Mm-hmm.
can't, I can't have people responsible for things that don't care as much as I do about it, and that's almost impossible to ask of someone.
Right.
So um and it just turned out it was better for me just to work directly with BKFC. And I'm still friends with all those guys. There's no like hate and want to kill them or nothing like that, but it just kind of got to a point where it's better just for me to handle my own business and stuff that was going on. And so we're still cool.
All right. So there was nobody in there that you guys had a falling out with at all or whatever.
No, not that
Okay.
I didn't. Yeah, it wasn't anything like that. It was just more like contract negotiations, all that stuff was going on, and it just I didn't feel like they had enough time to get and handle my stuff on top of everybody else's. And there's a bunch of guys on GOAT now who are pretty big names.
Mhm.
It's a lot to take on, and just in my case, and I'm not really able to go and do a lot of the stuff, and I handle a lot of my own business anyway because most of my sponsors are local and all that stuff. But yeah, man, it wasn't no ill feelings. I'm not trying to take them down, and I didn't jump ship to some other crazy management company or nothing like that. I'm not weighing in none of that drama between management companies. All that shit went. Whew, the dumpster
Man,
still
it's
burning.
out there, isn't it?
Yeah, the dumpster fire was still lit or not
Whew, well, I don't know. I think it's smoldering still somewhere.
somewhere.
So, would you kind of look at this as you're going away from a management company, you're handling it all on your own. You joined, you combined the two gyms, the locations into one. Now it's a new place, and you're kind of getting that going. Would you and just coming off the loss to leaving, would you kind of see this as like some type of rejuvenation in your life, in your career in combat sports, just kind of a in general?
Well, compared to where we were a year ago, yeah, it's a much brighter light at the end of that tunnel. You know, yeah, I mean everything kind of seems. Well, that's just the way life is. It'll be like that one minute, and then the next year it might be looking pretty dark again.
Right.
But yeah, this is definitely one of the upsides to on the journey seems to be. So, I'm liking it. I like having my new place. It's all set up. The biggest difference I think is just you know, it wasn't like I've been training and fighting my whole life. And, the Lieben fight came up, and then it just went from the anxiety, not necessarily from fighting and competition, but just from the interaction from social media and all that type of stuff. Because I've always been the guy who was just like, yeah, I'll do it. Yeah, I'll do it. And then, before long, you end up realizing you've put so many other people ahead of you that you're not worried about what you're doing. That's the biggest difference that I've had here recently, I guess, would be, I started putting my priorities first. And it's funny how people start getting irritated with you when you do that. You know what I
Because
mean?
they're not. They know that they don't have
But,
you in their grasp anymore.
right. Well, it's more like, and I understand from a certain aspect because I remember when my phone used to just only ring once a day, or I would go through my Facebook, Instagram, or notifications, and none of them were significant and mattered. But man, now I'm constantly having to take phone calls and respond to messages and do this and do that. And sometimes I just don't want to.
Right.
You know what I mean? And if you don't like that, then fuck you. And I'm entitled to do that. I'm entitled to say I don't want to do that shit right now. I'll get back to it later. So it's just funny how that pisses people off, and they take that so personally. But that's where you kind of start to realize, the people who really gave a shit in the first place anyway. because people that understand, you're like, man, I can't do that. I'm trying to get this done. And those people get it. But that's the biggest thing. It's been able to just, cut a lot of the stress and anxiety out of it, and just get back to doing me.
I like it. Everybody needs a me moment, and it's not a selfish thing. That's what people need to understand and get out of their minds. It's not selfish thinking about yourself, because if you can't think about yourself and make yourself better, you have no fucking reason to try to help anybody else out in this world.
Right. Yeah. My training used to be like when I could get my training in and fit around my schedule, and I always got it in somewhere, but it wasn't like I had this time I was going to train. This is what I'm doing. You know, in camp, I decided to do that differently. And, I'd taken myself out of my hometown. I go train over in Shreveport which it's like an hour, and it's like an hour and a half from here. And, I trained with a guy named Jake DeMint. He's a good buddy of mine. DeMint Old School Boxing Club. His dad was a silver medalist in the Olympics, and he didn't have an extremely accomplished boxing career, but he's a very, very brilliant coach. And the way he kind of looks at the game and stuff. So, but I made a commitment, and I told my wife, I was like, look, 2 days a week, I'm driving to Shreveport and I'm spending the day there, and I'm training. That's all I'm doing. So, I go. I meet up with Jake, and I usually train for about an hour and a half. I leave straight from Jake's place. I go to Underdog Fitness that's over there, and I work out with him, Chad Izell. Man, it seems like eternity when I'm working, but it's only like an hour. And I've always kind of been in charge of my own training a lot of the time, and it's different when you've got somebody who's telling you what to do, and they're not, and all you have to do is work and respond. And now, like when I go over there and work with Chad, it's like, I die twice every time we work out, at least. And, I'll die and he'll be like, no weak shit, get up. Like, all right. I brought one of my younger guys. He's like 22. I brought him to one of my training sessions with him the other day, and we got done. And he was like, I don't know how you voluntarily drive over here and do that. The worst thing I've ever done in my life. I'm like, yeah, I know, right? It's terrible. God, it's awful. But it's making me better. And since I've, and I leave there, like I got a place over there. I go do some cryotherapy, and I get worked on right after I leave. And, I just devoting that time to what's important and what my priorities are, so I think that's made a huge difference, mainly in my confidence levels, getting to go and train with a lot of other people, and I get to spar with different people and, figure out new puzzles. And, it's one thing when what you're working on works against the guys you spar every day in the gym, but it's another when you go with other guys who are supposed to be top boxers, have never seen you fight before, and it works on them, so it's just that confidence. It's reinforcing, the fact that what I'm doing is right, and I'm on the right path with it.
So it sounds like we are definitely getting ready to see like Hero 2.0, because you brought the hero out in the first 3 fights in bare knuckle, and now you got the new training, you got the new regimen going, you got the different places, the different knowledge that you're growing and absorbing into. So now we have Hero 2.0, right? It sounds good.
Yeah, I mean, a big difference. I spent my whole career fighting, but I spent my whole career training to fight, MMA or kickboxing and stuff like that. And even when I would have like a boxing match, I never changed my stance. I never changed my approach. I was still in that same MMA stance, because worried about, for takedowns and, but I've only actually been pure boxing for about 2 years now. And it's a whole different level. When you go from worried about 8 limbs and takedowns to 2, it's almost like child's play. And once you sit back and just follow the rules, it all falls into place. So, yeah, man, I'm enjoying it a lot. Getting to it's fun again. Getting to go practice and come up with new shit, work back and forth. It's fun.
What kind of outfit are we going to see Hero come out in next weekend in Biloxi?
It'll definitely be red, white, and blue. I actually haven't seen the shorts yet. My guy's designing them himself. I gave him creative authority. Go at it. Told him what I wanted. We'll see them though. They'll be good. They'll be red, white, and blue though, for sure.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. There was no doubt in that.
Got to have the flag on there.
Yes, sir. All right. You've been on here before. We've done it once. We're in round 2 of rapid knockout. Those questions that I throw at you that has nothing to do with fighting. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
My man. Question number 1 in rapid knockout, second round. If you could live anywhere in the world, obviously there was no money and no budget and this, that, and the other. Where would you pick to reside in?
It's a good question. Probably up in the mountains, away from everyone.
I can picture you on that, like the Mountain Man
Yeah.
show that they got on.
I would have my own little, off grid little farm. All I would do is raise my chickens and pigs, and I would go chop wood and maybe go fishing. That's where I do it, and I wouldn't have to talk to people.
Are we talking about like the Western
Yeah, I think
Rockies?
like Rockies, somewhere up in there, which I haven't been deep in the Appalachian Mountains, like up north. I've been to like the foothills in Georgia, and those are beautiful too. I just like the thinner air. Kind of a fan of that, which I guess you could get that at the top of the Appalachians, but not the same. Is it? Is it the same?
I don't know. I've never been to the Rockies.
I don't know, man. Louisiana's pretty nice. If I could have just a big patch. It's just so damn hot down here sometimes.
I'll bet.
But yeah, I got 20 acres here. That's what I'm kind of setting up in my own little
compound.
Yeah, that's where I can hide from everybody. When I'm 35, I plan on disappearing.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, y'all want to see me?
What, 3.5 more years?
4. Yeah, 4.5.
Okay. 4.5. All right.
Yeah. Yep, just hanging out.
All right. You'll have to invite me because I don't want to play hide and go seek. I don't want to try to search for you. You got to invite me and actually give me where you're at.
Yeah, you have to come in so I could disarm the booby traps.
Exactly. Yeah, I'm not trying to have roll over a border or something. Yeah.
Yeah. Gotta know.
I don't blame you. I don't blame you. I know where I'm coming when shit goes deep though.
Oh yeah. I got a little place.
There you go.
Hopefully
Question number. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Knockout bonuses. I'll hurry up and build me a place.
There you go. I like that. You might start by getting next week, right?
Man, that'd be nice. I'm tired of being broke.
I know the feeling, brother.
Birds.
Question number 2. If you could, again, money's not an object. There's no price tag on these. What kind of vehicle would you buy?
What kind of vehicle would I buy? Well, if it was a car.
Anything. Car, truck, ATV, motorcycle, anything. What would be your go-to vehicle?
Oh, man. I would like, I really like Mini Coopers. But I do like Mini Coopers. That's what I always tell people. When you see me drive around in a Mini Cooper, that means I made it. Damn, Quentin zoomed by in that Mini Cooper. I'd be like, damn, Quentin made it.
Did you put turbo in it?
Finally made it. Oh, yeah. They're so fast. So fast.
You should lift it, too.
Yeah, I would like
kit on it.
Pimped out Mini Cooper. Maybe they'll sponsor me. I'll get one day.
That's not a bad idea. We need to hit a dealership up.
Well, hey, could you picture my big ass getting out of a Mini Cooper? Right? You're like, man, bumping. Hey, motherfucker! Hey, get out! Hey, what? How did you even fit in there?
They took out the back seats. Actually, they took out the front seats, and you sitting in the back.
Yeah, well, there's a little more space than it seems. Like my kids could fit in there without car seats, So, but yeah, definitely. I'm a big Mini Cooper guy.
All right. Question number 3. Maybe this is the most important one of all. DC or Marvel, and why?
DC or Marvel?
I heard somebody say he's paying attention to this one.
Yeah, my buddy, my fellow nerd buddy Barry. Man, that's a good question. I'm
coming with the hard ones today, brother.
They go with if DC didn't have such lame movies, it would be a much better comparison. Like the Marvel got done justice so much better with the movies that they had.
True.
But go back and read the comic books, man. How are you going to hate on like Superman? And he's like one of the greatest ever. You got Superman, Batman. So that's a hard one to toss up. But my favorite superhero is Wolverine.
Well, then that answers the question.
So I guess, yeah, be good there.
All right. Final one today. We're only doing 4 in round 2. If you had one piece of advice that you maybe give your kids on a normal basis, or the one thing that you would go to tell anybody to help them to help them learn something from you, what would that piece of advice be?
Man, I find myself telling this to people I know and students and stuff a lot of times when you can tell that they're not doing well. Just, like we were talking about earlier about life has ups and downs.
Mm-hmm.
And, that's one of the things I try and remind myself more so than anything. But I try and let people know if they're having a tough time. I'm like, hey, bro, just know it's going to get better, and it'll always get better if you never quit.
Mm-hmm.
So when you go through that, they, that's the only way to lose is to let them beat you. Is when you tap out or quit. And, life's never going to just be good. Like everybody thinks that it's going to get to a point where you just don't have worries anymore. And it doesn't matter what you're doing. You're always going to have down times and good times because it's not always about how much money you're making. It could be about who's sick in your family or you might be sick. But, the answer is never to just dwell on it. It's pick your shit up and keep going. So if you never quit, you can't lose. That's kind of the best advice I can give people.
I like it. Quentin Henry, brother, floor is yours now. Sponsors, family, friends, anybody you want to give a shout out to, it's on you now.
My mom, my wife, my dad, Aubrey D, Tomcat, Mason Man, all my peoples at the gym. We got Airmid hemp extracts, my CBD guys. Man, I had a bottle in my pocket just a minute ago because morning, but I left it in my car. But I'm gonna do a product review video on there though. But so Airmid hemp extracts, those guys send me the CBD. They got these little drinks that you can take when you got anxiety and they kind of chill you out. And then I really like this little rub that they got. When after I train, like I use it before I train. Like if I got, things that are sore or bad or whatever, hit it with that, hit it with a little body blade, boom, knocks it right out. Armed Forces, Roofing, Construction, those guys are taking care of my camp, helping out with things I got to take care of, driving back and forth to Shreveport. Dr. Traxler, they're supporting me on that too, as far as, he goes and gets my neck cracked and does the deal and all that. And then, I know I got more and I'm going to get in trouble for not saying them. Write them down. Now I'm blanking out. But hold on. Give me a second.
Yeah.
Give me a second.
Yeah.
Let me flip.
It's the superhero powers. There it is.
It's tough. And then, so Traxler Chiropractic and then Guerrero Law Firm. And then Dr. Holt is on board. My Uncle Noel with he flies helicopters for the government.
Nice.
But I know it's cool. He was like, well, I don't really advertise for y'all. He's like, but I'm gonna help you out. I'm like, all right, threw one of his logos on there. So, and then we got Dement Old School Boxing, Underdog Fitness. I've been training over there with those guys. They've been making a huge difference. And then I'm sure I'm missing somebody, but I think I got most of them.
Well, if you are missing anybody when this posts out, make sure you just comment them on the comments. We'll be ready to roll.
Right. I've had a couple jump on board here lately because, we got the deadline on when the shorts can come in, and that's when everybody waits. So,
yeah.
But the regulars, I've been preaching on the reg.
There you go.
Right.
There you go. Quentin Henry, the hero himself. Thank
Sure.
you again for taking some time out and being with DaLion here at Combat Sports. And as always, you can check all the happenings out at BWSPORTS1.com. Until next time, I'm out. Peace.
Later.